This is Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is the third main entry in the Sniper Ghost Warrior series, and it was one that did try to elevate the franchise in terms of making it like a bit of an open world type scenario. And I don't know if this was necessarily a success to any degree, but you know, it is an interesting effort to try to take the series and expand upon its origins in, I don't know, interesting and new ways. And it was a modern sniper series as well. So it's one that does aim to actually have a more technical element to its sniping and its combat. It's not supposed to be a run and gun, but it does allow you to have some, I guess you would say, options in terms of how you handle the combat and the scenarios in play here in this world. So he said it's like early in the morning. I mean, technically as a sniper it'd be easier to do stuff at night and like a stealth individual, right? You shouldn't be necessarily running about like in the middle of the day, especially in a hostile terrain. But you know, we are here to show off the game and some action, everything like that. So dynamic weather, day-night cycle. It's supposed to impact your gameplay and your decisions, the noise you make. The idea here, because I remember seeing this at like E3, I had like a booking, and they were really proud and into the in-depth elements that they were adding to the series with this particular entry in comparison to like, you know, previous stuff. And they really wanted to blow it up to be a big series. And like, honestly, they've gotten what they did spin-offs after this. They went to the contracts sort of formula, so I'm assuming they must be doing, you know, so in regards to the series, considering it's still raging on, but obviously they didn't continue in this specific direction, I guess you would say. So for this one, I've kind of just ignored it for like a very long time. Mostly because I wasn't huge on, what is it, I guess you would say a booking I had with them to check out. I think it was, I don't know if it was this one or if it was maybe contracts too. Because I remember having a good booking with them, and then like a different year having a booking where I was kind of not pleased with the devs and how I was treated. So I kind of ignored their games for a long time. But I was like, oh, we're getting pretty late into the gen and pretty late into like the things we've got left to record. So I was like, okay, now's the time to give it a whirl and showcase this off. So I think you're probably wondering what we're getting here because I've been sort of slow to do that, I guess. So this one's a little bit weird because it was actually given like an Xbox One X enhancement. If that makes, like, if you get what I mean, if you're from that era of the Xbox One, the Xbox One X. But what's really strange here is that, like, this didn't really get an improvement, as to say. So all they did was they added HDR. Unless I'm crazy here. So it still looks like it's 900p, 30 FPS. And, the nice benefit here, though, is that this actually kind of runs at 30 FPS now. I like when I reviewed this on the Xbox One. This game really struggled with its like performance. Like it was tanking to like 20 FPS and stuff. So it wasn't ideal. But now we can finally enjoy the game at like a quote-unquote smooth frame rate, as to say. So yeah, let's dive in. You're going behind enemy lines in what is the ultimate modern military shooter. Do your quests, engage in your missions, handle and factor in scope elevation, wind speed, direction, breath control, and stance with weapon and bullet choice. Be a ghost. Stalk your enemies in the night and the day. Yes, it is one of yours. Does he actually know where I am? I think I got shot at. Do they actually know where I am? I mean, I'm not, like, super hidden, but I wouldn't say I'm in an obvious spot, am I? Look how murky that guy looks. Yeah, this is definitely still like 900p. So I don't really get the point in going back and just like adding HDR, but you know what? It is something, right? Like, it is an improvement, and I think they should be applauded for doing that sort of thing at the time, but like, it is a bit of a bummer that they didn't pump up the resolution a little bit more, or try to like, you know, future-proof this thing with a higher frame rate, because like, I think this game would instantly be a lot better if the frame rate was smoother, especially for like a shooter. But, you know, they were attempting to do that big open world thing, and yeah, I get what they're going for. Oh, I've been spotted. They're like a sniper? I'm not a very good sniper ghost warrior if I can't find out where a competing sniper is. Oh, there we go. Never mind, I found it. So yeah, this one is actually kind of interesting in the sense of like, you know, there's a lot of like little technical elements to it. A lot of little surprises, like we've got like a drone we can use, and like there is actually a lot of tactical stuff they were trying to do with this game to kind of make it a little bit more unique, try to offer something different. It's got a cool, like, you know, questing style and the way you approach missions, and some of the missions can actually be kind of difficult. And there's also, I guess you could say, some extra like content stuff I noticed from the main menu. There's like, I think there's Lydia Escapes or something like that. And then they have one where it's an extra kind of mission. So there does look like there were some extra like DLC type missions added, as there usually is for these games, right? You get the main game and then they do some DLC stuff. So it is a very different type of game. And I think you'll also see that as well in my approach. Like in most games, if you see me play shooters, I just kind of go in and I shoot stuff and I kill people and that's what I do. And that's what I do. But like, yeah, it is meant to be, you know, kind of played with like a slower approach. It's kind of like, you know, we have the Sniper Elite series, which I always really enjoy Sniper Elite. But this one is, it's kind of like in that vein, but I would say even more of a like a technical shooter. Like, you can handle yourself if you get into the situation, but like, you're really not supposed to be in this setup, you know what I mean? Like, you're not supposed to be running around like this. That's not the idea of it. You're supposed to sit back and snipe. How did that guy, like, react that fast? Like, I was pretty quiet, like, slipping in there, was I not? Anyways, yeah, so you kind of go through all these buildings and all these different places, and you try to, like, get an idea of your enemy, and you gather intel, and it really is, like, it's a whole thing, this game. Like, there is a lot of stuff to do in it. And I remember kind of, like, again, I'm not necessarily, like, huge on this one. I thought it was, like, okay, and it was, the performance and stuff was, like, nauseating. Even now, this doesn't feel really great, but, like, to play because of the performance and everything like that. I still thought it was, like, a pretty solid game. I still kind of enjoyed it for what it was. And I liked that they were attempting to do all of these, like, kind of like mechanical things, like hanging, like, you know, using these elements of your sniper. It was interesting because a lot of games that do this sort of thing, it really is focused on the whole run and gun, and sniping and stealth is like an option kind of thing, optional experience. But for this one, they really did actually want you to play it with stealth, if you could, or if you wanted to try to do so. And I think that was always kind of, I don't know if admirable, but it was always a cool thing that the game attempted to give you so many options. And then my silencer's damaged, so that's great. Yeah, you gotta really... You gotta take care of your gear. I know that sounds silly, but there's like workbenches and stuff. Like, you didn't see it beforehand, but I actually had to sit there and I was like adjusting my gear before I started doing the video. I was like making sure I had the right equipment and stuff to a degree, as much as I could remember having the right equipment, because it's been so many years. Yeah, I guess this is also a story of brotherhood, faith, and betrayal in a land soaked in blood of civil war. Oh yeah, I guess it's in Georgia. You're an American sniper in Georgia, near the Russian border. Russian warlords have taken over part of the area. And falls on you to prevent it from falling into complete and utter chaos. Cool. Kind of a neat idea and concept. So we're going to go over there. Well, there's a fast travel point. Yeah, but you can tell that there's actually quite a lot on the map. Do I have any skill points? 13 skill points. 8 skill points. Through walls. Reload my rifle faster? Oh, I actually had that many skill points left? Holy. Was I, like, saving them up or something like that? It's kind of cool. Ghost points. Generate less noise. That actually sounds pretty helpful. Yeah, you got skill points. Everything is a skill point system, especially if it's an open world game. Gadget slot, better prices. Faster reloading on my secondary. That sounds pretty helpful. And then you got your journal with info, which I won't click because I don't want to spoil anything for you potentially if you are actually looking at playing this game. But, you know, like I said, there's some like pretty muddy textures and whatnot. Like, again, like there's elements of this that look nice, but there's lots of elements of this that look really aged, and like they were struggling to get this CryEngine game to work on the consoles. Like, I think it was very console targeted, this one. But you can definitely tell that, like, there was immense struggle to actually get this one working. Oh, that was a great shot. I wish it was more satisfying of a kill, though. I don't know how to describe it, but, like, the Sniper Elite stuff, when you, like, brutalize, like some of those X-ray shots, they're just gnarly. I mean, that looked really cool, but it wasn't, like, super impactful. Can we use this? No, we can't go up this way. I was kind of hoping for like a little bit of a side area. I mean, if I look hard enough, I'm sure there is like a side area approach that we could take. That's kind of like the magic of this one, is that like you are supposed to be able to... You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You are supposed to be able to find routes and little hidden things that you can use to get to places. Now everyone's gonna know where I am. And yeah, it's you just lose like that element of surprise and tactical play. Usually you're actually able to like climb up into areas like that. I don't know how climbable that looks. I mean, I could have just drove the car up here, I guess, but I was trying to approach this tactically, and I'm trying to find like an area for which I could like sneak in here and stuff, but that definitely doesn't seem to be an option in this one. See, that looks really cool. Just imagine this, but like higher res and stuff. What? Probably because of the breathing and that. Yeah, I deserve to die there. We'll give her another go. It wasn't a very smart thing. Oh, and I think the loading's better. It's still like kind of slow at times. I guess it's an open world. But yeah, the loading still at times is kind of like, eh. What is my checkpoint? Oh, right here? Okay. A wanted target? Well, that would be easier than invading this mine. At least we can invade this at night now. But you can see how like the world kind of like changes. Like a lot of this, you should approach this from a night perspective, because, you know, it kind of masks you a little bit better. I just usually like to do my videos with daytime, so that when I'm doing my videos, you can actually like see my videos. You get what I mean? Like it just makes it a little harder for people to visually see, like yourself watching this. Huh. See what's going on in the game. So yeah, like a lot of interesting technical elements to this one. A lot of in-depth mechanics. And it's an interesting series. Like, there is quite a few of them. You know, with this being the third main one, and then, as I mentioned, the two contract spin-offs. So there are newer entries that do different things, but I think you might find this one to be kind of intriguing just because of the setting and the style of it, and that modern approach that they went with for this. My silencer's almost gone, which isn't ideal, because then they're going to hear me sniping them. Very satisfying, actually. Again, not as gnarly as Sniper Elite, but back in the day when this came out, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good. He's kind of worried I wasn't going to get that. You know what I mean? I kind of looked at that from the perspective of being like, oh, they might not see me. Or they might see me. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've been spotted by a sniper. Oh, I get the fence. You gotta be kidding me. Maybe I could have snuck in through here. Did you not make so much noise? I'm just trying to figure out where that sniper is. Like, oh. I died? I guess he was a pretty good sniper. Oh, and an achievement. The White Death. I never got that. I'm playing a sniper game where I went through the whole story and I didn't kill 20 snipers? Really? That's honestly a massive shocker. Sniper durability is low. Well, shouldn't I get back my sniper durability after, like, I don't know, being out here fighting to the death? Do I have, I was like wondering, equipment and stuff like that? No. Disable XP indicator. Yeah, I guess that would make it a little bit more immersive, wouldn't it? It's gonna be a lot harder to do this when they can actually hear my sniper shots going off. But the key is I gotta kill the sniper guys first. Well, first the radar guys to see me, and then I'm gonna have to take out the sniper dudes. Otherwise, they're just gonna pick me off, and then I'll have to use my, I guess you would say machine gun and stuff in order to, like, take out the rest of them. So was there a guy up here? I could have sworn there was a guy up there, no? I do find it interesting that you can kind of, like, rappel down, as to say. In that tower area. Did you not see me kill that other guy, or are you just a worker? Oh, he's just a worker. You gotta differentiate that stuff too, you know, you don't wanna kill poor workers. Just doing their job. Oh crap. I think they know something's up. Oh, there goes my silencer there too. Oh, he's in the far... See, at that point, you gotta fast travel back to your base and repair your sniper, because you're just gonna get... You're just gonna get killed. They know where you are, they know what you're doing. I kinda wonder if we could approach this just using the pistol. Guess that would be funny. I can't believe it's still nighttime, though. Go back to base and sleep. Yeah, I don't think the pistol is the most appropriate. You're calling a mortar strike? You gotta be kidding me. So it's kind of a neat sniping game. It's definitely something to highlight if you're looking for a different sort of open world kind of sniping game that sort of is a mix between intense tactical and a little bit of movement and whatnot that you'd be used to from other shooters.